Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are with me here today. Today I am going to be doing an empties video. I can't believe it's already May and the last empties video that I did was back in January. That was my very first video of the new year for 2024. So it is definitely time to do another empties video. Usually I have my black bag, well, it's actually right here. I have it emptied out, but usually I show you my big full bag of empties and then I just do kind of like grab bag style. Every once in a while, I go ahead and sort out the products just to kind of help me get through the products a little bit quicker. And that is what I've done this time. So I have them sorted out by category. So I'm gonna just start with tea. Every once in a while, I will save my empties of tea just to show you what I've been drinking and enjoying. But you know, it's still the same thing that I pretty much have every single morning, and that is the New Me Jasmine Green Tea. I don't have any empties to show you of that, but I do have an empty of the Live Botanical Morning Meadow Black Tea. I got several of these when Carolyn from Live Botanical released these. I can't remember if it was last summer. I think she sent me one in PR, and then I bought a couple on my own, and here's an empty of this. This is a beautiful, gorgeous tea. So I just wanted to show you this empty because whenever Carolyn releases her teas or her herbal tisanes, I always pick up a couple because they are consistently beautiful. I don't think she has any teas right now, but I just wanted to give you that heads up to keep an eye out on her website for her special tea releases. Let's move into soaps and body washes. I do have another empty of the Nature by Canna soap. This is the original scent. If you've watched my past empties, you've seen me talk about this a lot of times. This has been in some favorites videos as well. I love this soap. It has a beautiful kind of clovey scent that I really adore. It's also a favorite of my family, so we just go through these very frequently. In fact, I have one in my shower right now, and I think I have 3 backups in our bathroom ready to go. So still loving that one a lot. I do have an empty of the Sangre de Fruta Garden of Earthly Delights Botanical Body Wash. I really like this a lot. It's kind of a splurge when it comes to a body wash, but I really enjoyed this. I got a mini from Beauty Habit a while back. Really fell in love with it, so I decided to get the full size. I think I got it 20% off. I think this might run around $48. I'm not exactly sure. So a bit of a splurge, but I really enjoy it. It has a beautiful, just light floral scent with cedar in it, I'm pretty sure. So kind of a lavendery cedar type of scent. Really foams up beautifully. I think this would make just such a beautiful gift if you know somebody who really likes those types of notes and is really into body washes. So this is definitely something I would get in the future. If you saw my previous video, I do have the Salt and Stone Santal and Lavender body wash going, which I am just totally in love with. So I don't need to re-up on any body washes anytime soon, but I would definitely get this again in the future for sure. Another body wash that I've gone through is the Babo Botanicals Calming Lavender Bubble Bath and Wash. Now, I did not use this as a bubble bath, just as a body wash. And I will say that this does not come with a pump, and you'll see that this pump is very loose. It's not tight enough to screw on. This is a pump from a different product. This just came with one of those caps that you press down and then kind of have to squeeze and pour out. I definitely prefer pumps in my body washes. So that is sort of like a minus when it comes to this product, but if you have a pump you can put on top, then that works well. I like this wash. If you're looking for something that has a very strong lavender scent, this is not it. The lavender scent in here is very, very mild, which makes sense because this is definitely geared toward using for babies. Like I said, I did not use this for a bubble bath, so I cannot speak to that. But as a body wash, it's really nice, very gentle, very mild. So I did like it. I don't think I will repurchase this anytime soon. But as you guys know, I do like the Babo Botanicals Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 50, I believe. So, you know, in order to get free shipping, or if I am on the market for a body wash, I wouldn't hesitate to get this again in the future. Another body wash that I went through is just a travel size of the Le Labo Santal 33. I did a quick mention of this in that previous video that I did where I spoke about my favorites from March and April, where I did talk about the body wash from Salt and Stone. I compared the two. I really do think this is a beautiful, beautiful sandalwood body wash. If you really want something luxurious and kind of high end, I think this is really nice. But as I mentioned in the previous video, I think I'm actually enjoying the Salt and Stone Santal and Vetiver even more so than this one, and that one is actually less expensive. So that is my new current recommendation recommendation if you're looking for a sandalwood type of body wash. And then last but not least, in terms of body washes, I did finish the Nara body wash. I also mentioned this in my favorites from March and April. Really do like this. It is very gentle. It is unscented. It doesn't foam up too much. So again, very good for sensitive skin. And as I mentioned in that previous video, it is really good for washing the nether regions if you tend to be very sensitive down there. So I do recommend this wash for that use. What I didn't do in that previous video is I wanted to mention how beautiful the boxes are when it comes to Nara. I couldn't find the box for the body wash, but I did want to pull out the box for their dry body oil. They're really lovely, and I was just really impressed by the packaging. If I do have a picture of the box for the body oil, I will put it on the side here just so that you can see how beautiful the boxes are for Nara. Now I'm gonna roll into some moisturizers, but before I do that, just a big shout out to the Cosa Sport deodorant. This is an empty of that. I like their unscented. This continues to be my favorite deodorant. I think my husband likes the beachy scent. I think that's what it is. And I can't remember if both of my boys are using this or not. I think one of them uses this as well. So this too has also become a family favorite. Now I do have an empty of the Necessaire body lotion. I think I've mentioned this a couple times because I did purchase the travel size on my own, really love it a lot. And then Necessaire in PR actually sent me this large size. I really love this body lotion. I think it is very luxurious feeling. I love that it is unscented. So I just think this is a really, really lovely body lotion. I just can't say enough good things about it. So highly recommend. As you guys know, I've mentioned this many, many times in my empties videos. This is the CV Skin Labs Body Repair Lotion. I feel like this just has that perfect texture for me. It's not too thick. It's a little bit on the thin side. So I would say this is a true lotion. So when I think of a lotion, I think of something on the thinner side. I would say that the Necessaire body lotion is more on the thick side. So I really love that it's on the thin side, but yet it just hydrates and moisturizes your skin so, so well. It absorbs very quickly, but without any kind of like tackiness or matte type of feeling. It still gives you a nice emollient feeling, but yet you can get dressed right away. I love kind of that like nutty vanilla scent that this has. So overall, it's just a very beautiful lotion. It is on the expensive side. So typically what I do when Credo has a sale, you know, like a 20% off code, I will tend to pick one of those up. And then last but not least, I don't know where this came from. This is the Necessaire body cream. I think that's what it is. Yeah, the body cream. I just have a little travel size in this. Use this up pretty quickly because I really did like this a lot. Little bit thicker than the lotion, but not a whole lot. I think these are really comparable, just a little bit thicker and very similar, absorbs very nicely, unscented. So if you do like your body creams to be a little bit thicker than a lotion, you like it unscented, you kind of like the tub format, then this might be something you would want to check out. Let's move on to facial cleansers. No big surprise, I almost always have something by Jordan Samuel in my empties. This is the Matinee Cream Cleanser. You guys have heard me talk about this quite a bit. Obviously, it is a cream cleanser, but what you might not realize is it is a clay-based cream cleanser, and it does emulsify, and it kind of lathers just very, very gently. So I really like that about this cream cleanser. I like that it has a little bit of that versatility. It makes for a really lovely second cleanse. It's super gentle. So if you are a Jordan Samuel fan and you need to place an order, I highly recommend picking up one of these because I just think that it is, like I said, very versatile, very gentle, works for all skin types, and I just really love it a lot. Now I also have an empty of the Alpenbeauty Creamy Bubbling Cleanser with fruit enzymes and AHAs. Now overall, I have really been loving everything that I have tried from Alpenbeauty. I mentioned in my past favorites video from March and April, their Bright Eye, their new under eye cream. I've really been enjoying that. I've been using that almost every day. I love their day cream and their masks and their night cream. I mean, just everything so far has been a huge hit. This one for me is just kind of okay. I mean, I love the smell. I love how it foams up, but I'm not super sold on it. It's a little on the thick side. And so part of the reason why I didn't totally love it is you'll see there's a pretty good amount of product in here, and it's really hard to get out of the glass jar. So what I had to do is remove the cap and really try hard to like shake it out. And when that didn't work, I had to keep it upside down in a cup to try to get all the product to, you know, the top of the opening and then shake it out that way. So I just feel like it's a little bit wasteful when a product is really that hard to get out. So I don't know if the formula just needs to be a little bit thinner. I think that would be more to my liking. So I don't think I would get this again in the future. They have sent me a lot of things in PR, but I think I did purchase this with my own money. So anyway, while I liked it, it wasn't a big hit for me. And again, I just don't think I would purchase it in the future. A cleanser that is a big hit for me is the Sahara Rose Luminous Clarifying Cleanser. They did send this to me in PR because they do have new packaging for this particular product. Kind of similar to the Jordan Samuel cleanser is it's very creamy, feels very luscious when you first put it into your hand. Then as you put it onto your skin, it does slightly emulsify. Again, it's not super foaming or harsh in any way, but there is a little bit of a gentle lather that does get created when you start emulsifying it. This one is not a clay-based cleanser, so it's not comparable in that way, but it is similar in terms of being a creamy cleanser that does slightly, you know, lather when it's emulsifying. This has a really beautiful scent, slightly of rose geranium, which doesn't tend to be my favorite scent. I don't really love rose geranium in my skincare, but this is just very, very subtle and has more of kind of a clovey type of scent, which I really, really love. So I do love this Sahara Rose Luminous Clarifying Cleanser. And then another one that you guys have heard me talk about a lot is this line Kotoshina that I got when I was in Japan. This is their face wash gel. This is the second one actually that I have gone through. My friend who I did travel to Japan with, she and I went in on an order together. We took the plunge and we paid the money for the shipping, and when we split it, it wasn't that bad. So this is the second one that I've gone through, and I actually have one more backup. And I'm so glad that I do, because this actually is my favorite foaming cleanser at this moment. So really love this stuff. And I do highly recommend Kotoshina, in particular the green tea line, if you are curious to take that leap. And then last but not least, in terms of cleansers, I have the Votary Super Sensitive Cleansing Cream. This was in a Boxwalla Beauty box. I can't remember what month it was, but this is just such a gorgeous, thick, luxurious cleansing cream that I really, really enjoyed. Now, this is very expensive. I can't remember exactly how much this is, you know, for its retail value, definitely up in that $80 realm. I just don't think I would spend that money for this product, even though I really, really enjoyed it. I do think that's a pretty expensive price for a tube of cleansing cream, but I absolutely enjoyed it while I had it. So just another plug for Boxwalla. It's just such a great opportunity to experience products that are on the high end, you know, things like Votary or African Botanics, you know, just really beautiful brands that are on the high end. It's just a great opportunity to be able to experience these products for a really great value. All right, so moving on to some toners. I did get a toner from Apis Apotheca. This is their Alchemist Barrier Function Optimizer. But basically it is just a really lovely toner. Now, I can't remember the exact ingredients in here, and I really did enjoy it, but I do want to experience other toners that they do have, because the scent profile wasn't really for me. It's not one that I necessarily would have picked out. How I first got introduced to Apis Apotheca was actually from Ali from Heart of Gold, because on her website, which I think is grasslands.com, I will put it down here just to be sure you guys have that correct, because if you do want to, just as sort of an aside, if you want to be aware of when Ali drops her line, you want to be signed up for her newsletter. So you want to go to Grasslands and sign up for her newsletter so that you will know when she drops her products. But anyway, on her website, she does carry a few skincare lines, and she had Apis. She doesn't carry Apis anymore, so she had them on sale. And so I decided to go ahead and pick this, and I think there was only one option, and I think this was maybe Cistus, which isn't my favorite scent. I still enjoyed it and I really liked using it, but it isn't one that I normally would have picked. So I did enjoy using this. It felt beautiful on the skin. It was very hydrating, but I look forward to choosing a different scent profile that is more to my liking. But as you guys know, I have fallen for Apis Apotheca. Just head over heels in love with this brand. Here is a Hydrolot, a Hydra Mist that I did absolutely love the scent profile of. This is the Live Botanical Frankincense Hydra Mist. I absolutely adore the scent of frankincense, and I really implored all of you to purchase this if you were a frankincense lover, because this was a limited edition and it was just so stunning, and I'm so sad that it's gone. And I hope that Carolyn brings this back at some point because it just was so stunning. So anyway, just another PSA for those of you who do love Live Botanical, and when she does these small batch special limited edition products like her teas or her Hydra Mist, I do highly recommend that you jump on it because they do go pretty quickly. And speaking of Allie from Heart of Gold, I do have an empty of hers. This is the Rose and Resin Revitalizing Hydrolot, and this was a beautiful balance between rose and I think pine. If I'm reading the back here correctly, I don't have my readers on right now, so I can't see specifically, but I think it was pine. And this was just a very beautiful Hydrolot. It leaned a little bit more towards rose, I think, and just the balance was really beautiful. So again, you know, these drops are seasonal, so if you want to know when Allie releases her products, definitely go over to her website and sign up for her newsletter. Let's go ahead and move on to serums. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk right away about the Apis Apotheca. This is the flower sap from that line. I am just so in love with this. I think this is definitely going to be a staple of mine. I think I'm on my third bottle, either my second or third bottle. I can't remember exactly, but I just want to always have this. This is very reminiscent of the Ambrosia do Cerrado from Earthwise Beauty. So if you really love that product, I highly recommend checking out the flower sap from Apis. Really love this so much. One thing that I didn't really love was the Drunk Elephant C Firma, and this was C Firma Fresh, and this was just a little mini that I got from Sephora, and this is where it has the serum and then it has the L-ascorbic acid separately, and then you mix the two. This was just too harsh for me. It's really interesting. I've noticed that my skin is starting to get a little bit more sensitive. There's been 3 times, I would say, in the last 3 weeks where my skin has gotten irritated from a product, and this was one of them. I think it was maybe around my nose where I got some irritation, and yeah, so this was just too harsh for me, didn't like it, so would not get this again. Another product I was disappointed in was the True Botanicals Chabula Active Serum. This was, I think, maybe one of those Love More gift with purchases from Beauty Heroes, and I mean, it was okay. I didn't really notice any difference, so I don't know. I think there's a lot of hype around this brand. I'm just not drawn to it in any way, so was happy to use it and try it, but not anything I would get in the future. I do have an empty of the In Beauty Green Machine. This is their vitamin C serum, which does have the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate in it. And I think that is just a really great form of vitamin C, you know, a vitamin C ester that's good for people with sensitive skin. This is a great product, very straightforward, seems to be very gentle, has not been bothering me at all, absorbs into the skin very nicely. So if you are looking for a vitamin C serum that is not too costly, then I do highly recommend checking this out. In Beauty has sent me several things in PR lately, and I have just been super impressed with everything that they have sent me. Their slushy serum is absolutely beautiful. I have been loving that. They have a face glaze, which acts really nicely as a primer, as well as a beautiful kind of glow enhancer. You can use it as a highlighter. So yeah, In Beauty has been super impressive to me. I also have an empty of one of my favorites. This is the Bloom Effects Black Tulip Overnight Retinoid Serum. This is a gorgeous retinoid serum. I absolutely love this. You guys have heard me talk about it so many times. This might be, I don't know, possibly the 4th bottle that I have gone through. And this has the hydroquinone retinoid in here, which is a wonderful retinoid. It is very active, but yet it's really good for sensitive skin. This also has bakuchiol in it, niacinamide, and I just absolutely love it. So this is empty. I don't have a backup, so I do need to get another one of these because I really do not like to be without it. And then finally, this kind of straddles the line between serum and lotion. This is the Cypher Night Shift. This was in a Boxwalla Beauty box, so this is an empty, but I do have another one that they sent me because Lavanya knew how much I fell in love with it. So I really, really appreciate her sending me another one. But yeah, this is just so, so beautiful. So I've grabbed my glasses because I can't remember the ingredients in here, so I want to read a few of them to you. There are DNA repair enzymes, there is alpha-arbutin, there's niacinamide, there's beta-glucan, there's also some tripeptides in here. So anyway, the reason why I love this is I really like using it at nighttime, and I feel like it just really helps to lock in moisture into my skin overnight, and it just helps lock in whatever serum, whatever active I have put on under it. So let's say I'm using the Bloom Effects Black Tulip Retinoid underneath it. I feel like it helps not only add moisture and hydration on top of it, it helps lock in whatever active I've got underneath it. It has a really light kind of scent. It's really difficult to explain. Slightly florally spicy, super interesting, not overpowering at all. I really, really like it. And it dissipates, which I appreciate because I don't like to go to bed with something really heavily scented on my skin. So unfortunately, my camera just cut me off, so I got interrupted. I think what I was doing when I got cut off was I was just wrapping up about the Cypher Night Shift. Absolutely love this, love using it at nighttime, and I feel like it's really beautiful. When I use it, I wake up in the morning with very nourished, hydrated skin, moisturized skin. So absolutely love this, highly recommend. And then let's move into a few empties of oils that I have. I've got the Earthwise Rosa oil, so I'm not gonna talk about this very much, if at all, because as you guys know, Earthwise Beauty is no longer in business, so you can't get this anymore. So just not gonna talk about that. I will talk about the Live Botanical First Light Brightening Oil Serum. This is an empty. I have another full one going because this I consider to be a staple. This is a beautiful oil serum with the vitamin C ester, THD, or the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. Like I said, beautiful plant oils, beautiful herbal extracts in here, just so gorgeous, highly recommend. Live Botanical, I do have a 20% off code with them, so I highly recommend you use it if you are interested in Live Botanical. One thing I realized I forgot to mention while I was doing my body products, I do have an empty of the Live Botanical Antioxidant Body Polish. This is so gorgeous. It has a beautiful scent of cocoa or cacao and lavender. I just don't even know how to describe what it does to me when I smell this product. It is completely addicting, and it just gives me this sense of just like calm, and I don't know what it is. It's just such a beautiful combination of those two scents. Now, this is kind of like a seasonal limited edition type of product. It is not on the website right now, so kind of like her teas and her seasonal offerings. If you see this on the website and you are a fan of it, or if you're curious about it, just snap it up because this goes super fast. And if I ever do get the tip off that it is going to be available, I will definitely let you guys know because it is just so amazing. And then I do have one last oil to talk about. This is the Fortuna Biphase Moisturizing Oil. So this is oil as well as water, so you do have to mix it up. And the water in here is the olive leaf water that Fortuna Skin does. And if you're not familiar with Fortuna Skin, I will link a video up above because they are just a really gorgeous brand. They are based in Sicily. They are very devoted to regenerative farming. Everything's organic. It's just really, really gorgeous. So it is luxe and on the high end. I do have a code with Fortuna Skin. I believe it is 20% off now. So that will definitely help offset the high price. But in my opinion, it's very worth it because it is just such gorgeous ingredients that they use, and the products are just so beautiful. But anyway, back to this product. It is, like I said, by face, so you do need to shake it up, and I really did enjoy using this a lot. It kind of has that combination of an oil serum type of texture. So if that is something you've been curious about, a bi-phase type of oil, then I do highly recommend this. Two moisturizers that I have just absolutely fallen in love with that have become staples of mine. This is the Bloom Effects Tulip Dew Drops. This is just so gorgeous. This is kind of a hybrid of like a serum lotion, also kind of like that glowy highlighter type of effect on your skin. It is just absolutely stunning. It has a beautiful kind of florally coconut type of scent that dissipates very quickly, so it's not, that scent is not heavy on your skin at all, because that is not something I like at all. I don't like heavily scented skincare. It is just so beautiful, and for me, what I typically do is I'll use my essence and then a serum, and then I'll put this on top, and a lot of times that is sufficient for me, and then I'll just put on a tinted moisturizer on top of that, and I'm just good to go. So it is just so beautiful. I love it so much. I love the texture. It's very creamy and emollient, and I just absolutely love it. So this has become a huge favorite of mine, and like I said, a big staple. I've got another full bottle going. And then lastly, in terms of moisturizers, the Jordan Samuel Moisture Recovery Cream has become a big favorite of mine, definitely a staple. I think this might be my second tube. I've got a third one going right now. And I love using this at nighttime as my last step to kind of lock in all of my skincare. And like it says, it's the moisture recovery cream, so it gives that good barrier protection. Absolutely love it. Unscented, for those of you who like unscented skincare, just, you know, I just can't rave enough about it. And just as an aside, I used to have a code with Jordan Samuel. He is no longer doing any affiliate work right now, just for the time being, I think. I think he's looking for a new affiliate company, but that's not happening at the moment. But as soon as I get another affiliate code with Jordan Samuel, I will definitely let you know. But his products are so reasonably priced that I think that even without a code, they are completely worth it. Now I'm gonna move on to makeup, and then we'll wrap it up here. These aren't technically empties. These are the Tower 28 Sunny Days, the two that I have that I had to mix together in order to get my correct match. I do believe they have a color now that would be my good color match, but I just don't see myself buying it because I just don't really reach for these. These are expired, so that is why I'm having to get rid of them. And I feel like the texture is just a little too thick and the coverage is just a little too heavy. They call it a tinted moisturizer or a tinted sunscreen, but for me, it's a little bit more on the medium to full coverage. I don't know what you guys have experienced with it, but it's just a little too thick and heavy for me. So I much prefer the Baba Botanicals that I love, or even the Elta MD, which I referred to in my favorites from March and April. That one I've been really loving. I really love the Summer Fridays sheer tint. I'll use that over sunscreen. So there's just other products that I have been really preferring. So I just don't think I would get the Tower 28 Sunny Days again in the future. I do have the Fitglow Concealer. Lavanya from Boxwalla sent this to me very generously to try, but it just didn't work out for me. I found this to be a little drying, a little heavy. It just didn't spread very well. I much prefer the Tower 28 serum. I don't know if it's like Serum Swipe or whatever their new concealer is called. Much prefer the Tower 28. That is what I have on my skin today. And I will go ahead and list everything that I do have on my face today, just if you guys are curious. So anyway, I do love the Tower 28, not so much the Fitglow. So unfortunately, I just have to get rid of that. A couple of other, let's see, I'll talk about this one next. This is just an empty satchel of the Saie, what do they call this? This is the Saie Slip Tint. I can't remember which color I tried because when I cut it off, I cut off the name of the color, the name of the shade, and so I can't tell you exactly what I tried. The issue wasn't so much the color match, I just didn't like the texture. I kind of felt like the pigment didn't really mix well with the other ingredients. And so when I had it in the palm of my hand, I felt like I really had to work to warm it up and it just didn't blend that well. So there's other products that I much prefer, so I just don't feel like I need to buy the full size of the slip tint. But having said that, I really do like the Saie Sun Visor. Now that does not give you any kind of, coverage. It's just barely tinted. But what I like to do is with the Saie Sun Visor, I like to put the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Base over it because the Sun Visor is very, very glowy, very hyper dewy, too much so for my liking. So then when I go over top with the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Base with a fluffy brush, I get this really lovely kind of natural dewy glow that I really like. So if you're interested in ever seeing that in a video, let me know down below. I need to get rid of a couple of Tower 28 glosses. I have Oat and Cashew. I probably got about 3/4 of the way finished with these glosses and then they started to turn. I just have not been reaching for them lately because I have just become such a fan of the Victoria Beckham glosses. And actually I have Poolside on my lips today. I just love Poolside so much. It's just so, so gorgeous. And I have 3 of the Victoria Beckham glosses. I have Bikini, and then I'm blanking on what the other one is, kind of that more rosy color. But yeah, I just am such a fan of the Victoria Beckham glosses that I'm just not reaching for the Tower 28 ones as much. So unfortunately, these 2 have gone bad. So I need to take all of this makeup, the concealer and the Tower 28 Sunny Days and the lip glosses to Nordstrom because they have, I don't think they call it TerraCycle. I forget the name of it, but I will link it down below for those of you who have never heard of their program that they have to recycle empty makeup products. And I always forget to mention this in my empties video, but this is what I do after every empties. I recycle what I can at the curbside recycle, and then I take everything else. Like this tube I can take to Nordstrom. I can take the Cypher to Nordstrom. I'm gonna take these next 2 things, these 2 mascara empties to Nordstrom. And let's go ahead and talk about the mascara. So one of them is a true empty. This is the IT Cosmetics Tightline. Absolutely love this. This is a staple of mine. I use this almost every day. Absolutely love it. And then one thing that I did not really love was the Lancôme Lash Idole. I think I bought this a couple of years ago and didn't like it. And then I don't know why I didn't really trust myself or trust my memory, but this is just a no-win for me. So I just have got to remember that I don't like this, even though other YouTubers, other, content creators absolutely adore this mascara. I do not like it. It just does not work for me. So unfortunately, this has to go into the empties pile. So that does it for all of my empties. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would do so. And a few of you have mentioned that you haven't gotten any kind of a notification when my videos have dropped, when I've dropped a new one. So please do subscribe because that will definitely help. And then if you notice by the subscribe button, there's a little bell. So hit that bell, and what that will do is that will let you know when I've dropped a video. And it is not anything obnoxious. It's just that if you notice up on the right-hand side when you're watching YouTube, there's a little thing on the right-hand side that lets you know, like if somebody responds to a comment that you made. Right there, that's where you will have like this little drop-down menu, and that lets you know when a new video has dropped from the people that you are subscribed to if you hit that bell. So it's just very low-key. It's nothing obnoxious in terms of, getting that notification. So if you want to hit that bell, if you're already subscribed, that would be great because that just really helps me get more views from new people who maybe don't know about me yet. So anyway, any support you want to give, I totally appreciate, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.